Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Monday, brand new work week here, the 26th day of January for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Evronic, ready to get you going here this morning. All the news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Lots going on. The Nebraska men's basketball team now 20-0 in the season. They beat Minnesota on Saturday by the score of 76-57. We'll get some comments coming up from Husker head coach Fred Hoiberg. The Nebraska women's basketball team, they are now 15-5, 4-5 in the conference. They beat Illinois 81-75 on Saturday, built a big 18-point lead by halftime, and then had to hang on down the stretch to pick up the win. We'll hear from Amy Williams here this hour. Bailey Kissinger had a big day for the Hastings College women's basketball team. She scored 32 points as Hastings College beat Briar Cliff on Saturday at Lynn Farrell Arena. Hastings College men, they lost by 1 point to the Chargers. We'll say what's coming up for the Broncos this week. UNK basketball teams were in action on Saturday against Rogers State. Had some high school basketball from Saturday, a good one between Grand Island Central Catholic and Adams Central. We'll talk about that coming up. The Central Conference and Centennial Conference basketball tournaments will get underway tonight. That's all the stuff going on the local scene. And, of course, nationally, we've now got the Super Bowl set for this year. It'll be Seattle against New England after the Seahawks and the Patriots picked up championship wins yesterday. We'll talk about that all coming up here this morning. So plenty to talk about, some NFL news and notes we'll only get to here this morning as we welcome in Tyson Evronic from the Western Studios. Good morning, my man.
And a good morning as we wake up and get going here. We'll, I guess, first of all, talk about the playoff football games last night. A snow game in Denver, which is just so pleasing on the eye. I don't care what teams are playing. If you're playing in a snowstorm like that second half was, I'm watching the game. So, snow game in Denver, and then you had the NFC championship game. And so if we get right to the Blazing Five, that's the one that I had on lock. Hit all three parts of the legs of the parlay on that baby. We had the Seahawks to cover. We had the anytime touchdown from Kyron Williams. And what else did we knock? We knocked out the overs and unders because that baby was a shootout. At least it was in the first three quarters. And then the fourth quarter kind of clamped down defensively. But, I had the NFC title game on lock. The only one this week with a winning week. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, you went to 3-2. I went 2-3 this week. The IT guy also going 2-3. We've got the picks up. I'll put them up on our video shot here for our social media sites. So there you have it. Shane going 2-3. I go 2-3. You went 3-2. You're now 64-51 on the season. Pretty well wrapped up our championship. The IT guy is at 58-56-1. I have failed to get out of the cellar for the entire season. I'm at 51-64. Yeah, we won't have the Blazing Five this week.
No, because I'm not betting on the Pro Bowl.
Do they even play a game anymore? They've gone to like Pro Bowl games, don't they?
It's like flag football and like recess, basically.
Yeah,
you might as well call it NFL recess.
So they don't play a game, so you can't really bet on that. So we won't be able to bet on the Blazing Five this week.
Nope.
We'll get something going for the Super Bowl. We'll come up with 5 picks for the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. There's like a jillion prop bets.
There's so many.
So we all, let's see, you and I hit our prop bets. The IT guy did not. I thought, you talked about the snow in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we don't have any control over what the weather does. But I thought just that ruined a good game.
Any chance at overs, too. I mean, I'm sitting there and I played the over bet on that baby. And the minute that I looked at that forecast and what was going to be coming in, I said, oh, there goes the overs. That was pretty automatic from that point forward, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first half of the game was played in great weather.
Right.
And you watched the highlights last night after the game. They show the first half highlights, and you've got the green grass there, and it looks like a pretty cool day out there in Denver. Second half highlights, hell, you couldn't even tell where the ball was. It was snowing that bad. And I thought it took away from what could have been a real good game between New England and Denver. And probably the Denver fans will whine a little bit. Oh, if we would have had good weather in the second half, we would have beat New England.
I think if you had good weather at the second half, New England dominates that football game, right? I still say that was the suckiest part about this entire weekend was the fact that, yeah, we couldn't have Bo Nix out there. Bo Nix might have won that game in the snow. I think it kept things in check for New England. I think they were kind of unable to run their offense against the Denver defense a little bit. And yeah, I think if you have Bo, you have a Super Bowl berth right now in Denver. And I think, unfortunately, that's going to be what you have to look back on is that injury after the AFC divisional round game. That was detrimental to any shot that they had at that point to go to a Super Bowl.
All right, so New England beats Denver yesterday 10-7. Seattle over the Los Angeles Rams last night 31-27. So the Super Bowl coming up on February 8th, a week from Sunday. They'll play it out in California, Santa Clara, California. So that's what's on tap. The Pro Bowl is this weekend if you're interested in that. So anyway, that's what's going on, obviously, nationally. If you'd like to chime in with us, you can on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. It's a 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. Give us your thoughts on this year's Super Bowl matchup or anything else on your mind here this morning. You can leave us a message on our social media sites as well as we monitor that. This broke on Friday, or maybe Saturday, I thought it was. Former Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers head coach Mike McCarthy has been hired as the next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your thoughts there?
Ouch.
What do you mean, ouch?
Like, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, what did you do? What just happened?
Is that a good hire?
No, you're going completely in the wrong direction. Like, you backpedaled.
I thought it was a pretty good hire.
No.
McCarthy has a career NFL head coaching record of 174, 112-2, 18 seasons with the Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. He's 11-11 in the postseason, won a Super Bowl with the Packers, and has led teams to 12 playoff appearances in his 18 years. I know we got some Pittsburgh Steelers fans that are in our lobby each and every day. What do you think about the hire for your new coach, Mike McCarthy? I like the hire myself.
It's trash. I mean, if you want to continue with your program to have a standard of mediocrity where you get to the playoffs and that's it, then I think Mike McCarthy's a great hire. If you want to do a little something extra, he just doesn't. He doesn't win the big games. He manages at he is the very epitome of mediocrity in the NFL. He's not a winner. He's not a winner.
All right, Steelers fans, who would you have liked to see?
Anybody
as your? I don't think anybody. No, I don't think
Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has the Pittsburgh connection. That's about the only explanation that I could make from the entire weekend of it. But it's a trash hire.
I kind of like it. I kind of like Mike McCarthy going. He kind of fits in, I think, with the Steelers. Kind of fits in. The college football playoff will remain a 12-team field for 2026. We discussed this.
That's been hot button.
Yeah, we discussed this last week. They were thinking about going to 16. They were thinking about going to 24. Well, after a week-long discussion, they're going to stay at 12. 12 teams in the playoffs next year. The first-round games will be played on campus sites. followed by the quarterfinals and semifinals hosted by the College Football Playoff Bowls. Championship game will take place at Allegiant Stadium next year in Las Vegas. It'll be on Monday, January the 25th of 2027. So basically no changes in the college football playoff after they discussed a lot in the past 7 days. They just stick with what they got and no expansion on the horizon.
But a big clause. No expansion, but a big clause. Like the one thing that came out of these stupid meetings was a shell of safety and protection and bed of roses that's now been wrapped around this precious Notre Dame football team that didn't make the playoffs. There's now a clause that if they're in the top 12, they are an automatic berth.
Really?
Regardless.
I didn't hear that.
All they got to do is get to the top 12, and they will be automatically berthed a spot in the college football playoff to further prevent any more possible tragedy and, oh God, what babies, join a conference. I hope to God, like I was reading some Notre Dame fan pages over the weekend, and somehow this fan base defends it. Defends their whining and complaining. And then they were taking a look at their schedule. And they're like, we play 4 teams that finished in the top 25 this year. And like they were talking about that for next year, and they were saying, oh my God, what a gigantic schedule. You also have, because I counted, 5 teams that didn't have a combined 10 wins among them. You get your Purdue and your Navy and listen, what needs to happen is your Power Four is all just pledge, like we're not scheduling Notre Dame. If you don't beat a top 25 team in the season, how are you going to go up in the ranks to make it yourself a top 12 team?
Because you got to
figure out this Notre Dame clause.
Yeah, they'll keep Notre Dame up there just because they like Notre Dame somewhere around the playoffs for everybody to talk about. Yeah, Notre Dame will be up there.
I know they'll be up there. But, like, at some point, college football has to figure out the independent clause. You can't just sit and not join a conference and expect, not just expect, like, there is a very real sense of entitlement among these Notre Dame fans that they deserve a playoff spot each and every year as an independent. And they're entitled asses, no, you don't. And you didn't this year, and stop saying that you would have been in the national championship game and you might have been able to win the national championship. Like, stop saying all of these things.
Well, they got rid of their biggest game on their schedule when they decided not to play Southern Cal anymore.
Yeah.
So they're not playing Southern Cal.
And they lost the first 2 right out of the chute.
Yeah.
You can't do that and expect to be in the playoffs. Again, week 1 is just important as in week 12 and week 13 when you're playing your armies and your navies and all of your armed services teams. Those should not count towards your playoff resume. And so I'm hoping like they don't have the big games. Like they can't schedule the big games. I'm hoping they want to, and then those other schools say, "No, we're good. We don't want to schedule you. Join a conference and we'd have to play you." That's the message that I hope gets sent to Notre Dame. Chief Endorf has chimed in. He'd like to see Chris Shula as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sorry, Chief, you got Mike McCarthy. That's that'll be fun. And is it NASCAR week this week?
Yeah, they play go with the Clash. It's not. But you don't have to. No, you don't have to get your fantasy roster in for this week. That's not on your agenda. We don't pick for the Clash. The season doesn't officially get underway until we go with the Daytona 500. Mm-hmm. But NASCAR will get underway this weekend with their.
It's like your preseason.
Yeah, kind of like a preseason. It doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
So, this golf season is underway. Kind of picks up where we left off at the end of last year season. Scotty Scheffler, the world's number 1 ranked player. He won the American Express tournament over the weekend in California. Mm-hmm. Made a birdie on half of his holes, going from a 2-shot deficit early to a lead that stretched to 6 shots late before he closed with a 6-under par 66 for a 4-shot victory in the American Express over the weekend. He had 4 birdies in a 6-hole stretch yesterday on the front 9 to blow past 18-year-old Blades Brown and the rest of the field. Scheffler won for the 20th time on the PGA Tour, all in the past 4 years, winning 9 of those 20 tournaments by 4 shots or more. He joined Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods as the only players to have 20 PGA Tour titles in 4 majors before turning the age of 30. So the golf season is underway, and the guy who kind of has dominated the golf scene for the past 4 years, Scottie Scheffler, he wins in California to get their season underway with the American Express Championship over the weekend.
Somebody named their kid Blades?
Yeah, Blades.
Blades
Brown.
Blades.
Blades Brown. So,
Blades.
Yep, the golf season is underway. NASCAR, like we said, gets underway this weekend with their Clash. Let's see. Let's going through some news and here's something I got to bring up, and you might have seen something like this floating around. Deion Sanders.
Nope.
He is laying down the law out at Colorado. The Buffaloes are coming off of a disappointing bowlless season. Colorado made the Alamo Bowl in 2024, finished the 2025 season with a 3-9 record, including 1-8 in the conference. Well, Deion and the Buffaloes football program are looking to make a big step forward in 2026, and in order to do that, Coach Prime believes that he needs to become a disciplinarian. In other words, more strict control over his football team. And he has announced that he will be fining players for the following 8 rules violations at the school. You're late to practice, you get fined $500. You don't show up for practice, you get fined $2,500. You're late for a meeting or a film session, you're fined $400. You don't show up for a meeting or a film session, you get fined $2,000. You're late to strength and conditioning, you get fined $1,000. A no-show for strength and conditioning will cost you $1,500. Late to a treatment, $1,000. And a no-show for a treatment, $1,500. And Deion also added that players could be fined up to $2,500 for a violation of team rules and $5,000 for public and social media misconduct. Buffaloes look to make a big step forward in 2026. Deion is laying down the law. I don't know if that's legal. I suppose since they're making all this millions and millions of dollars, Deion is kind of running this thing like a pro football team. You get fined for doing stupid things.
The fact that you had to make a fines list with some of the simple things that football players should be doing anyway just kind of goes to show you the culture that has been created there where, oh, no, we got the cool coach, man. We got Prime. We can do anything we want. That is kind of the mentality that is taken over that football program. And, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's Prime.
I don't know if that's going to be legal or not. But that's what he came out and was running his mouth about over the weekend, that we got to have stricter policies there at Colorado. We're going to start fining our players.
That's fine.
So,
I mean, they had their run. They had the best player in the country. They did their thing. They had the media circus. Again, the media circus is only recreated when we pay attention to them again. And so I'm going back to my stance of if it doesn't happen and I don't know about it, then Colorado continues to be an irrelevant program. So that's where my head's at. Chief chiming in with more on the Steelers coaching search. Bill Cowher brought up some good points on why they went with an offensive head coach versus a defensive head coach, but there are so many better offensive coaching candidates available. Let's see, Broncos lost, so it's a great Monday. That chimes in Ryan Martin. He's a Chiefs fan, you might know. And then talking about KU basketball, they got the win over Manhattan by 24 points. They got BYU coming up. We got to talk hoops. Well, let's briefly, before we get into Fred and the news break.
All right.
Huskers hit the magic number 20. A big win over Minnesota. And arguably, the biggest game in the history of Nebraska basketball history. I'll say it. I don't care. This is arguably the biggest game in the history of the program coming up on Tuesday. A matchup with Michigan could potentially be, by the time the polls come out later today, a top 5 matchup against Michigan. Mike, what the hell is this game doing on Peacock?
I knew that you were going to go there.
Mike, what the hell is this game doing on Peacock?
I knew you were going to go there.
That's toxic.
I'm with you. Yeah, tip-off for the game will be at 6 on Peacock tomorrow night.
Oh, dude, I'm burning. I'm burning.
I know they probably had the schedule out.
It was predetermined.
Yeah, it was predetermined that
but
this
you
game
got to
was gonna
flex
be on.
this.
Yeah, you would think the network
flex this.
has some. I know they have the rights to this, but God, can't you put it on a mainstream channel?
Ugh.
Do you have Peacock?
I do.
Yeah, I think I've got it, but
I do. It's
a lot of people are already bitching about it.
Well, their sports coverage it lacks a little bit.
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
Right. I don't want streaming.
Don't say that.
I don't want to watch my basketball on a stream when it's a top 5 matchup. That deserves national media attention. And not one that only 2 fan bases are going to go to. The casual college basketball fan, Mike, the ones that we're trying to grab the eyeballs on, the kids, they're not watching apps. You're watching whatever game is on the ESPN Game of the Week or ABC, NBC, the networks. They're watching basketball on network TV. They're not flipping to Peacock just because they know that they've got a good basketball game. They're not that. Oh, it just infuriates me on so many levels. Why is this game on Peacock?
Yeah, I knew you were going to go there.
As a network person, you're a network guy. We're network people. We've been in networks. We know what prompts better coverage and to go to the big stick, if you will. Put this game on the freaking big stick.
Yeah, it's going to probably be a top 5 battle, like you said.
Unbelievable. Peacock is the big winner in all of this. It's a hell of a deal they signed, but I think moving forward, again, as a fan, I would ask that if don't get me wrong, I love this media rights deal that we've got. I think it is great that we've got Big Ten sports now on CBS, where it's been dominated by the SEC, and I love getting the other apps some additional exposure so that we've got games that wouldn't have traditionally been on network TV can be viewed. I think all of this is great for the sport. But I think there needs to be some flexibility to, hey, we predetermined that this was going to be the schedule that Peacock was going to do. And then when you're like, this is a top 5 matchup.
Nebraska's 20-0 in the season.
In primetime, in Lincoln, at PBA.
No, it's not going to be here. It's up there.
That's right. I'm sorry. In Michigan, primetime, basketball. Huskers, Wolverines, top 5 matchup. And we're throwing it on a streaming service. It just feels a little underwhelming. Again, I can't bitch because I'm still going to watch it. But I think Peacock is the least superior of all the streaming services in terms of their live sports coverage. So I'm a little
perturbed.
I'm a little perturbed is a good word. I was thinking of something better, but we should probably just stay with perturbed. We have kids listening.
You have YouTube TV. Some of the Peacock games have been on a NBC sports channel. I'm sure there's ways to find Peacock. You might if you're interested in the Nebraska-Michigan game tomorrow, you might want to do some work today. If you don't know if you have Peacock or know how to get it, do a little homework today, because that's where it's at. You won't be able to find it anywhere else. Peacock tomorrow night.
You go into your app store and you click PEA and then download it. It's pretty easy. And then they charge you.
And then you cancel it at the end.
Then you cancel it after the game's over.
Yeah, so you have it for a month. Game's going to cost you
But it's like
not.
a pay-per-view. It's like you're paying to watch this game.
But you have it for the whole month. There might be something else.
But you're not going to use it.
You might. Well, some people might have Peacock from the football season.
I never got rid of it.
Yeah, you're probably paying for it. You don't know that you're still paying for it. You still probably have Peacock, so you'll have to look on your TV selector. Yeah, you might still be paying for it. Oh, yeah, I got Peacock. Oh, yeah, that's great. Anyway, Huskers in Michigan tomorrow night. Again, starting time 6 o'clock for the Huskers and the Wolverines. Boy, what's our chances in that game?
Well, according to Vegas, not very good.
What is the line?
I think it opened at 10.5. I think I saw it last night. Was it like 8.5? It's getting bet down. But yeah, we opened it like an 11.5 point dog. Where are we at?
That's about what I thought.
10.5. 10.5 flat
right now.
That's
about what I thought.
It got as low as 8. So
I thought it would be double digits, and it is.
On the road?
On the road, playing at Michigan. In fact, I was thinking maybe 14 or 15. Now, not that I think Michigan's going to win by 14 or 15, but I thought the line would open up at about 14 or 15.
You've been around longer than I have on the sports scene. Am I close to making an accurate statement? I mean, is this the biggest game in Nebraska basketball history? I don't want to oversell it, but I also have never had this feeling going into a matchup before.
I think you can get away by saying that. I think at least in the last 20 or 30 years, can't remember.
We are the highest ranked that we have ever been ranked as a program. Period.
We're undefeated.
Going in with a clash against another highly ranked blue blood of the conference.
Just think what could happen if we would go in there and upset Michigan. Yeah, if we go in there and beat Michigan, then what happens?
I think the first thing is all the people that are pissed that they didn't get to see it because it was on Peacock. That was my first thought. It really was. No, we're very real in the conversation, and it's so weird watching. Like, you watch College Game Day on ESPN, and you know that they're talking about the top 5 teams, and you know they bring up Nebraska, and everyone says how good they look and how as a team they play, and they don't have any stars, but they move the ball around, they play so well as a team. But they're like, but also look at their remaining schedule, and they validate reasons why this thing could still go off the rails. And I think like the national pundits are still sort of skeptical about it all.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for us to lose 3 or 4 in a row.
Yep. They're waiting to be able to say, okay, see, now balance has been restored to the force.
And I don't want to be Debbie Downers.
Sure.
But every time I get into a discussion and everybody is talking on the other side, boy, number 2 seed in the national tournament, what's the chances of maybe getting to the Final Four? I said, whoa.
Not very good.
I said, pump the brakes. I said, look, we're going to lose a game. Nobody is going to go undefeated. Nobody's expecting Nebraska to go undefeated.
Listen to this, man.
No, and Nebraska could lose. Look at the rest of their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the only one saying it. All the national guys are saying it too.
I'm with you.
Nebraska could lose maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 games yet this season. Before the conference tournament.
Does that number change if we beat Michigan on Tuesday?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, you bet it does.
Yeah, it does.
You bet it does.
But still, I still think if we go in and beat Michigan, would it be 2 or 3? We're going to lose some games, folks. We're going to lose some games. And we might
if we don't, great.
And, yeah, if we don't, then you can say, hey, I told you so. But
Right.
we're going to conference tournament. Hell, that's a tournament we didn't even make last year.
Yeah.
We probably, I don't know if we'll win the conference tournament or not. I hope we do. But I wouldn't say we'd be the odds-on favorite to win the conference tournament. So we're going to lose some games coming up. So hold on. Enjoy the ride. Hopefully you've got Peacock tomorrow so you can watch the game. Yeah. If not, go to a friend's house that has Peacock. Go to your favorite sports bar. They'll probably have Peacock. Watch the game and enjoy the ride. But, yeah, prepare yourself. We're going to lose some games coming up.
Right.
So, all right.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Enjoy the ride and see what happens. If we're wrong, that's great.
That'd be great.
That'd be great if I'm wrong. It wouldn't be the first time I'm wrong. So, anyway, waking up with Mike and Tyson here today. Huddle up on Extreme Sports. If you'd like to leave us a message, you can on our social media sites. If you'd like to give us a call, we'd love to chat with you today on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line, 402-834-1330. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, hundreds of Nebraskans rallied on Sunday in cities including Omaha and Lincoln to call for an end to ICE patrols after another fatal shooting by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis. Demonstrators were responding to the death of an ICU nurse killed during immigration enforcement actions just weeks after a previous fatal shooting involving ICE. Protesters saying the federal tactics are unjustified and demanded accountability and an end to the large-scale ICE operations. Federal officials maintain the agent acted in self-defense, but video accounts dispute that narrative and have fueled the nationwide protests. Meanwhile, Nebraska's commercial casinos closed out 2025 with record revenue, reporting more than $26 million in December, the highest monthly total ever. For the year, the state's casino industry generated over $261 million in gross gaming revenue. That's up from $145 million in 2024. This all according to the Nebraska Racing and Gaming Commission. Casino taxes collected at 20% produced more than $52 million for state and local governments, with a large portion directed to property tax credit fund. That's what we could have. Warhorse Gaming Omaha and Lincoln facilities led the gains, and expansions are planned for 2026, including a new potential casino in South Sioux City, not Hastings. 7:34, we'll head over to the East Side Chili Studios with Mike Well.
Yeah, the Nebraska men's basketball team, as I mentioned, they're down 20-0 in the season. They beat Minnesota 76-57 on Saturday. Huskers trailed 36-30 at halftime, but outscored the Golden Gophers 46-21 in the second half. Minnesota was 0 for 11 from the three-point line in the second half and committed 9 turnovers. Bryce Sanford scored 22 points for the Huskers. Nebraska will play at third-ranked Michigan on Tuesday. Tip-off will be at 6 on Peacock. The Nebraska women's basketball team now 15-5. They're 4-5 in the conference after Saturday's 81-75 win over Illinois. Huskers built an 18-point halftime lead and then had to hang on down the stretch. Brent Prince led the way with 20 points and went 6 for 6 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Nebraska will host Northwestern on Wednesday. Tip-off will be at 7. Bailey Kissinger erupted for 32 points on Saturday to lead the Hastings College women's basketball team to a 102-82 win over 16th-ranked Briar Cliff at Lynn Farrell Arena. Kissinger Also had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. Hastings will play at Mount Marty on Wednesday. Tip-off of the game will be at 5:30. Hastings College men's basketball team dropped a 66-65 decision to Briarcliff. Teron Hall scored a career-high 34 points for the Broncos. Hastings now 5-16. They are 4-9 in the conference. They'll also play at Mount Marty on Wednesday. Tip-off of their game will be at 7:15. UNK women's basketball team lost to Rogers State 83-75 on Saturday. The men won their game 86-77. The Lopers will play host to Central Missouri and Washburn coming up this weekend. High school basketball from Saturday. The Adams Central girls pounded Grand Island Central Catholic 62-34. The Patriots are now 8-7. The Adams Central boys, they lost to Central Catholic 47-33. The Patriots are now 10-5. That's a check on your sports headlines. 7:36 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We're starting off Monday morning well below zero and on the frigid side. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. Starting off below zero with the wind chills below 20 below, but we are going to improve throughout the day. Plenty of sunshine. We will warm up to that 30-degree mark. That's an improvement. Overnight tonight, only a low of 11 degrees, 30 and mostly sunny on Tuesday, 12 Tuesday night to Wednesday, 43 on Wednesday. That'll be the warmest day of the week, and then staying in the 30s heading into the weekend.
Yeah, break out the shorts and the flip-flops today. It might hit 30 degrees today. We've got southwest winds at 9 miles per hour. We've got partly cloudy skies. It's -4 in Hastings with a wind chill at -15 at.
Hi guys, this is Justin Consrick with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Just want to talk to you about how we do things. I talk to farmers every day. A lot of guys just want a simple, honest way to sell equipment. That's why I work with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. We know the equipment, we know the buyers. We run real auctions with no buyer's fees, which brings in more bidders and stronger results. From one machine to the full lineup, we handle marketing, the details, the sales start to finish. We're just real people with real auctions, real results. If you're thinking about auctioning equipment, reach out and give us a call at 308-991-5429.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
NASCAR fans, it's time to put your race knowledge to the test. Welcome to the Extreme Sports Fantasy NASCAR League. Pick your drivers, score points every week, and climb the leaderboard as the season heats up. Create your own league to battle your friends or join the official Extreme Sports League and compete with fans everywhere. Want into the Extreme Sports League? Email info@x-streamsports.com. Ready to race? Sign up today at x-streamsports.com/fantasy.
All right, Mike Welch, Heinzen and Vronick with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Monday. We've got some high school basketball coming up tonight. We got a couple of conference tournaments that get underway. The Central Conference basketball tournaments will get underway. Schuyler boys and girls will play at Lexington in the opening round tonight. The Centennial Conference basketball tournament also gets going tonight. On the girls' side, Lincoln Lutheran will play at Bishop Newman, and Grand Island Central Catholic is at Archbishop Bergen. On the boys' side, St. Cecilia tonight will play at Kearney Catholic. Aquinas is at Lincoln Lutheran, and Boys Town is at Bishop Newman. So we'll have a conference tournament basketball action all week long here this week on Extreme Sports. We'll be out at Adams Central tomorrow night. Both the Adams Central girls and boys will play their opening round games in the Central Conference tournament tomorrow, and we'll have their games right here on Extreme Sports. Jim Sliker checking in, our horse racing guru. Evidently, the Pegasus Stakes was this weekend. He kind of told us about that at the end of last week. I don't see that disco horse in here.
There's no disco.
Yeah, he gave us 3 or 4 horses that would be running in this Pegasus Stakes, and because that's kind of my... Well, it was my era, so I kind of took that horse that had that disco name to it. Obviously, he didn't win. Skippy Longstocking was the winner of the $3 million Pegasus Stakes. I bet Jim is starting to foam at the mouth, isn't he? 3 weeks away from the start of the horse racing season in Nebraska.
I'm starting to get a little excited as well for the return of our Friday morning Jim Sliker show.
Yeah, we better touch bases with him and see if he's still...
I love chatting with him on Friday mornings. I think that's one of the greatest additions that we made to the show at last year was being able to talk ponies. And
yeah, we're going to see if Jim's on board. We paid him so well last year. I can't imagine him turning down that contract that we had last year.
Well, it's what it's always been, right? Like, see you in public, we'll buy you a beer.
Yeah. I can't believe that he would turn down a contract like that with us. Anyway, opening day at Fonner is Saturday, February 14th. So,
we should do a bonus hour show
from Fonner that day.
After Huddle wraps up, and then we just do like a bonus show. We can do from Fonner.
Just do it all from Fonner on. Is that opening day on a Saturday? Should we just have a?
Yeah.
No, I'm probably going to be doing basketball that day, so we can't do a show. I have to check my schedule, but
we have 3 streams.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be there.
So
you and
that's the make or break.
Yeah, just you and Sliker are going to do it.
Well, that's trouble, isn't it?
You could do it. All right, 7:43. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here today on the Huddle Up. Let's talk some Husker basketball again. The Nebraska winning over the weekend over Minnesota, 76-57. Huskers having a good second half against the Golden Gophers to propel them to their 20th victory of the season. Husker head coach Fred Hoiberg talked about it after the ball game on Saturday.
Well, and got in some foul trouble, too. We had 3 guys that had 3 fouls for a pretty good stretch of that game. And listen, we challenged them. We challenged them hard at halftime, and, we kind of took turns at them. I started with it, Nate went, and then I went back at them. And, championship teams respond the right way, and that's exactly what our guys did. I felt really fortunate to only be down 6 at halftime. They go 9 for 20 from 3, and, we didn't play a great offensive game in that first half, and we were only down 2 possessions. So that's what I left them with. And if we went out and turned it around and got back to being who we are, we were going to have a chance to win the game. And, I got a ton of respect for Nico and what he's done here in his first year. They play a great system. They're leading assist rate in the nation, and they just have so much movement and got the ball in the pocket. They exposed us. We adjusted in the second half, and I thought our defense was really on point. That's I thought what turned the game around. We weren't taking the ball out of the net every time down the floor, and we got Price loose finally after missing a couple. But that's the confidence he's playing with right now. I think he was 0 for 4 or 5 to start, and then he got it rolling, and our guys did a really good job finding him.
And the coach says they made some defensive adjustments at halftime on Saturday.
We did everything we could to get it to keep the ball out of the pocket. They were getting it in there, flaring us on the backside, or just skipping it and playing with numbers. And we went under more in the second half to stay attached to the big, and it worked out for us. I thought we rebounded the ball well. I love Price. His 22 points is great, but the 10 rebounds, the 4 blocks, that shows toughness. And we ended up out rebounding them after being down at halftime. So just, again, the good teams, they find a way, and things weren't going great. But again, the second half, we've done a really good job coming out of the locker room, and I just thought we played with so much more urgency.
And the coach says his offense really got going in the second half.
I thought our second half rhythm was good for, first couple possessions. We didn't score it. I thought we had some great looks. Rink missed a couple easy ones in there at the rim. Price missed a couple great looks. And then obviously you got to go in and listen. We hit some tough ones as well there. But, Sam, he kind of kept us in it in the first half. Goes for 14 at halftime. And then, our guys I thought Jamarcus had a really good second half. He really responded, to some coaching there at halftime. BK, did what he does. It's good to see. I love seeing Kendall get that bucket. Coming home and getting out there. He had a good couple days of practice, and he's going to have to stay ready. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Braden. He's going to continue to be day to day. Obviously, he did not travel here just to try to prevent any more swelling. He's responded well, but you never know how those things are going to react. So these guys have to stay ready. And, again, Kendall had a good couple days.
Price Sanford again leading the Huskers. He scored 22 points in the ball game against the Gophers.
Yeah, they were really staying connected to him. It's a lot easier to do when you don't have any pace, and we didn't because we were taking the ball out of the net. And that's one thing Minnesota does a great job. They don't give many free baskets. They get back in transition. Second half, when we rebounded the ball or got steals, that's what got Price going. And once he gets going, he gets confident, those looks are a lot easier, and he can start taking a few more contested ones. I thought our cutting, our movement, our screening, everything we did in that second half, and that forced them into a little bit more of a switch defense, which isn't their primary defense. But give Minnesota credit. They came out. They were the harder playing team at the first half. It was disappointing for us, but a lot of our struggles was because of what Minnesota did. And Nico's a great coach. This program is in really, really good hands.
We mentioned Braden Frager. He is not with the team right now. Sprained his ankle severely the other night. He's listed as day-to-day. But he says Cole Jacobson is the guy that really stepped up in his absence on Saturday.
Yeah, he did. He had a huge three and got a couple nice plays at the rim where, Cale does such a good job of playing off of 2 feet when he gets in the paint. And it's good to see him stepping out there with confidence. Took another one in the left corner. I liked the stroke. I liked his release. And the great thing about Cale, he's such a utility guy. He can play every spot in the floor. He can guard, whether he's defending the point guard, whether he's defending their big, and know exactly what to do with any one of our coverages. It's just such a luxury to have a guy like that does a little bit of everything on the floor for you.
So again, Nebraska 20-0 on the season. They will play at third-ranked Michigan tomorrow night. Again, the tip-off for the game will be at 6 o'clock. You'll be able to see it on Peacock. The Nebraska women's basketball team, they beat Illinois 81-75 on Saturday. Husker head coach Amy Williams was happy with the win.
Whew, it's hard to win in this league. It's just hard to win. And that was clearly evident with the 52-point second half that we gave up right there. But I was really proud of the way our kids bounced back after a 3-game losing streak to fight and build ourselves to a lead where we could hold on and make some big free throws down the stretch to ice that one.
And Amy says her team was ready to play this game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought one of the biggest examples was just Petra and her play and the way that she was, commanding the basketball inside Jess Petrie. I felt like we did a good job of really using our voices to be aggressive, to command the basketball in the paint, to play a little bit more aggressively and get, double figures from both Jess and Petra. That mattered. That made a big difference for our team, but also also just little things like, not shying away from the physicality or aggressiveness of Illinois and the way that they like to play, and just being able to kind of handle that and expect it and play through it. And those are the kinds of things I think show great fight.
And Amy says she's got a lot of confidence in her bench right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're at our best when we're getting contributions from up and down our roster, and we've got to continue to keep fighting and building that confidence with the way we practice, with the way we play. But I thought that, players like Claire Johnson came in and made an impact on the game today with just making huge passes, making the extra pass, one more, here. And for Claire and Kennedy to come in and combine for 6 assists and 1 turnover, that matters for our team. When Haley Weaver can come in and play the defensive role that we want for her to play and do those things, it matters for our team, and it allows us to be able to keep players fresh. And I just thought it was a really good balanced effort. Even if it wasn't every player scoring in double figures, it was every player contributing in some way.
And Amy Williams says her team continues to improve.
I thought we had given up 2 offensive rebounds at halftime, and then they came out and got 10 offensive rebounds in the second half. And, part of that is we were changing some things to try to take Barry Wallace away. And now all of a sudden on some switches and things like that, we got a little, guards needing to box out their bigs. And we did not do a good job of that. And so there's plenty of room for growth to continue that. I mean, obviously we know you can't rebound well for 20 minutes and win very many games in this league, only if you're doing a lot of other things right. But I think that this is a team, Illinois, coming in that was number 1 in the nation in the offense that they produced from the free throw line, and also one of the top teams in the league at taking care of the basketball. And today we forced 17 turnovers, and we also made more free throws than they attempted. And I thought those were 2 really big keys for the game, and our team committed to that, and that allowed us to overcome a poor rebounding effort in the second half.
All right, that's Amy Williams, the head coach for the Nebraska women's basketball team. Huskers are 15-5 on the season, 4-5 in the conference. Their next game is going to be on Wednesday. They will take on Northwestern, and PBA tip-off of that game will be at 7. So Nebraska men against Michigan tomorrow night, beginning at 6 on Peacock. The Nebraska women, they will play on Wednesday against Northwestern with a tip-off there at 7 o'clock. So that's what's going on with Husker basketball. Some tough games coming up this week. Should be an exciting week for Husker basketball.
Yes, sir.
I saw that you disappeared. Did you take a hiatus?
Yeah.
You're back.
I'm just getting coffee ready and getting ready to start the day.
More coffee.
Saw the audio, and I was like, oh, I got a little window here that I can get some stuff done around the house.
Oh, jeez. All right, 7:53. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We will start with hundreds of Nebraskans rallying yesterday in cities including Omaha and Lincoln in a call for an end to ICE patrols after another fatal shooting by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis. Demonstrators were responding to the death of an ICU nurse killed during an immigration enforcement action just weeks after a previous fatal shooting involving ICE. Protesters saying that the federal tactics are unjustified and demanding accountability and an end to large-scale ICE operations. Federal officials maintaining the agent acted in self-defense, but video accounts dispute that narrative and have fueled nationwide protests. Nebraska's commercial casinos closed out the year with a record revenue, reporting more than $26 million in December, the highest monthly total ever. For the year, the state's casino industry generated over $261 million in gross gaming revenue, up from the $145 million in 2024. All that according to the Nebraska Racing and Gaming Commission. Casino taxes collected at 20% produced more than $52 million for state and local governments, with a large portion directed to the Property Tax Credit Fund. Warhorses Gaming Casinos in Omaha and Lincoln led the gains, with expansions planned for 2026, including a new potential casino in South Sioux City. It is coming up on 7:56. We'll head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
We told you about Nebraska basketball. The men will take on Michigan tomorrow after knocking out Minnesota over the weekend, 76-57. The Nebraska women will play Northwestern on Wednesday. They beat Illinois on Saturday, 81-75. Hastings College women, they got 32 points from Bailey Kissinger on Saturday. They beat Briar Cliff 102-82. Hastings College men lost to Briar Cliff 66-65. Hastings will play at Mount Marty on Wednesday. Women's game will be at 5:30 with the men at 7:15. We'll have the action from Yankton at 5:15 on Wednesday afternoon. UNK basketball teams, they played Rogers State over the weekend. The women won 83-75. The men lost their game 86-77. The Lopers will host Central Missouri and Washburn coming up this weekend. And it'll be Seattle and New England in this year's Super Bowl. The Seahawks won the NFC Championship yesterday with a 31-27 win over the Los Angeles Rams. New England won the AFC Championship by defeating Denver 10-7. This year's Super Bowl will be on February 8th at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. That's a check on your sports headlines. It's 7:56 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We're starting off Monday morning well below zero and on the frigid side. Hey, everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. Starting off below zero at the wind chills below 20 below, but we are going to improve throughout the day. Plenty of sunshine. We will warm up to that 30-degree mark. That's an improvement. Overnight tonight, only a low of 11 degrees, 30 and mostly sunny on Tuesday, 12 Tuesday night to Wednesday, 43 on Wednesday. That'll be the warmest day of the week, and then staying in the 30s heading into the weekend.
Waking up to a partly cloudy sky this morning. Southwest winds at 9. It's -4 in Hastings with a wind chill at -15 at Extreme Sports.
Hey, this is Mick from Maleta Vista Winery in St. Paul. Just a reminder, winter hours will be Saturdays, 11:30 to 9, January through February. That's just one day a week. But come in for lunch. Homemade soup specials on Saturdays. Stick around for the evening meals that start at 5. And while you're at it, stock up on your favorite wines. Workhorse, Elephant Ear, Steuben Tiger, and more are available at Maleta Vista and wherever great Nebraska wines are sold. Maleta Vista Winery, good wine, good food, no snow boots required, but we won't judge.
Conant Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Conant Auto Care is here for you.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Wills, Heinz and Abronic with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Monday. So at least it's going to be warming up to maybe 30 today.
It's going to have to start in a hurry.
Yeah, we're still below zero this morning.
It's still at -16 outside right now, so brutal.
Yeah, so 30s, maybe 30. Let's just hope for 30 today.
It's also supposed to be really windy, so I don't know that
it's probably
going to feel it. It's not going to feel 30s, no.
Not flip-flop and Bermuda shorts
too
today.
Cold. Too damn cold.
So you're wearing pants now?
Pajama pants on right now.
I know, but you're not going to wear pajama pants all day.
No, I'll probably transition back to my winter shorts.
Today you are?
Yeah, it's fine.
Wow.
It's not like I have to go very far.
Wow.
I go from my house to my car to my job. My job has a heater. It's warm.
Back to your car, back home.
Back to the car, back home. And the car warms up, so...
All right. We'll have basketball tomorrow night. We'll be at Adams Central for the Central Conference Basketball Tournament. Adams Central girls will be playing Crete in their opening round game. That game will go at 5, and then the Adams Central boys will play at home as well. They'll have a 6:30 game against the winner of tonight's game between Lexington and Schuyler. So we'll have both of the games in the Central Conference Basketball Tournament for you tomorrow here on Extreme Sports, 4:45 for the pregame show. And again, we'll have conference basketball all week long. Hastings College basketball on Wednesday at Mount Marty as we head to Yankton. Then Saturday, we're off to the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. Broncos playing at Dakota Wesleyan on Saturday. So
good Lord.
Yeah, get the
Putting
buggy
mileage on the Extreme Sports Cruiser this week.
Get the buggy all ready to go. Well, couple of road trips for us this week. All right, so we've covered just about everything. If you'd like to go back through and listen to what we had to say, listen to the comments we had with Amy Williams and Fred Hoiberg, our discussion in the first half hour of the show on various topics, you can just go to the podcast section on our social media sites, download the podcast. We appreciate that. Like us on our social media sites. Subscribe to us, or whatever you have to do. We enjoy the followers here on Extreme Sports.
Knee-jerk reaction. Knee-jerk reaction. Who wins the Super Bowl?
Already?
I'm gonna hold you to a early, based on what you saw this past weekend, what you've seen so far this season. Who do you got winning the Super Bowl?
God. What's the line?
It's 50-50.
I haven't even seen the line.
I haven't seen the line. Yet. I'm just saying. What's your gut reaction?
Probably Seattle will win, but I'm going to be on New England.
Seattle will win, but you're going to be on New England.
Yeah, only because I have a Patriots, not an Adams Central Patriots sweatshirt, an actual New England Patriots sweatshirt in my closet. So a good chance to get that out of the mothballs and wear that shirt. So yeah, I'll get it out. I'll probably be a New England fan, but I think Seattle will win. What about you?
I think Seattle will win, and I hope Seattle will win. And I have nothing but hatred to spew towards the New England Patriots. So
what did they do to you?
Same thing that the Broncos and the Chargers and the Raiders do to you. They're in your division. You don't like them. You don't like teams in your division.
I'll cheer for New England. They're not my division, but they're in the AFC.
Saying. Right. That's a conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's okay to do that?
Teams hate teams that are in their division, right? Like you don't like the Chargers, the Raiders, the Broncos.
I kind of like the Raiders, remember?
That's kind of weird.
And people say I can't do that. I can do that.
You could. You have weird fandoms, though.
Yeah, I can still kind of like the Raiders, but when the Chiefs play the Raiders, I'm a Chiefs fan.
Like a Chiefs, Cowboys, Raiders, weird 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers.
Thing that you got going on.
I'm kind of like another guy.
All right.
Kind of like another guy I know. Whatever team is hot, I'm a fan of.
I'm not cheering for a team in my own division, so it's all Seattle. Plus, the Seahawks aren't coached by Pete frickin' Carroll. Which makes them a million times more likable. So, yeah, I'm all on board the Seattle bandwagon for the next 2 weeks.
We'll see if that changes.
Hop aboard.
All right. Enjoy your day. We'll be back here again tomorrow morning at 7 here on Extreme Sports.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.